side of the map, lower right side of the map, our blue pros player from Dead Pixels is Patience. And his opponent in the upper left hand corner of the map from Axiom Esports, our red Zerg player, it's Impact. Again guys, how's everyone doing? If you're enjoying the show and you want to do more than just follow, you can subscribe. Subscribing gets you replay packs of all the tournaments we cast and stuff like that. And there's a whole list, and it's actually going to be updated very soon. There's a list on our website. If you type !subscribe, it'll give you the link to that. There's going to be updated very soon with some more benefits about the team league, so some more subscriber benefits coming very soon. Let's do some shoutouts then at the start of this Foxtrot Labs PVZ. Some people hitting the follow button on Twitch. Shout out to your buddy Max Schnubino, Beef Unicorn, Mr. Pokey, Semtex SC2, Galaxius Cosmo, Dylan Blauvet, Kamikaze SC2, Cliff No, Mookie Zero, X Xylan TA10, YSW0001, and Zelte1. Those are the guys who've hit follow since I last did the shoutouts. Guys, let's go and see what these guys are going to get up to here in game number 2 of this best of 5. It's Impact versus Patience. Of course, Impact started up with that pool first in that last game. We'll see what he does here in game number 2. Hatchery coming down, and that is a hatchery first, guys. So just a hatchery first to start things off here. No weird shenanigans from Patience, really. And just with a gateway on the way up for him right now, he'll be looking to start making some units here in the near future. So, Impact drops a hatchery on the goal base for his third. This is a free hatch before pool, so very greedy opening coming out of Impact here, completely changing things up from game number 1. There's something Patience will spot here pretty much straight away as he comes in. He's going to see that that pool and gas timing, and he's going to know what that pool and gas timing corresponds to. So he knows what's up, he should know what he's playing against here. And he's probably going to look to back off with this probe as he's taking his own Nexus back at home. He's going to start a Zealot and probably will look to get a little bit of Mothership Core Zealot aggression going on early on here. Something which you've got to kind of look at is the fact that this gold base is very far away from this natural expansion. So getting defense over here is kind of hard with the lack of creep spread. It's quite hard to move across there. So we'll be seeing that coming in here very, very soon. And I think with a Zealot, if it did get allowed to finish up, yep. With that Zealot moving across, we're going to see that coming across and maybe try and utilize the fact that, try and abuse the fact that it's so far from this natural to the third base. And the main problem with that is the Queen. You're not going to be able to just pull a Queen down and just help out over here very easily. So the Zealot and Mothership Core are going to team up and move across, and we're actually going to see 3 gateways being added on by Patience. But Impact spots this straight away, so you should have a pretty good idea straight away about what's going on. I mean, he sees 3 gateways being added. You don't usually just add 4 gates, go up to 4 gates just to kind of, mess around and have a field day. Usually you add 4 gates because you mean business. And 4 Zergons coming in here, they see that Zealot, they see that Pylon, and Impact just double confirming right now that this is just a 4 gate. Pretty much all in, because only off of a single gas, you basically have to do damage with this. If you don't do damage with this, you're in a lot of trouble. So 3 more gateways being added on here. These Zerglings are going to be able to, again, they're going to have a pretty good idea about this happening. And Patience is going to be, this warp gate's going to be more warped in now, as warp-ins are about to come in from Patience, get ready to go. So actually already saw a robot facility, so maybe not committing to this as much as we thought initially. Adding on a second assimilator, he will still warp in the Zealots, but already with further tech on the way, not looking to go completely all in with this. Now Patience is, now Impact is making a few more Zerglings, but I still think he's actually in a little bit of trouble in terms of this gold base. As Patience going to actually fall back from this, so he's not moving forwards here at all. A couple of Stalkers being warped in, and they're going to be able to shut down the mining on this gold until some Roaches are out. There's Queens out as well, though, I suppose. The Queens can definitely help with that. 4 Zergons going to come towards the front. They do not see that robot facility, which is very important. Lack of information there. As, again, just these Stalkers looking to see what they can do. And, just sitting out of range here, targeting down them Queens. And a lot more Zerglings continue to come out here for impact right now. First Immortal on the way again. This is going to be in a big Immortal all-in from Patience. It's going to be mostly focused on Zealots because he's only on 2 gases. He doesn't really have the money to do much other than that. And wow, look at this. Impact's actually going to engage here straight away. He's just going to come in and forces the recall. Gets a bit of free damage in the end. Only picks off a Stalker. And these Zerglings are going to be moving back here very soon. So picking off that pylon, and Patience second Immortal on the way, but a lot of his initial units here low on hit points, and as he hits the front, he's going to see that Immortal up, and again, with a lack of force fields, this would be very hard for Patience to really make an all-in work out. He has taken his extra gases now. Don't know whether he's thinking about just transitioning out of this, because he's also taken a Forge. Don't know whether he's just thinking about just scrapping this whole idea of 2 base all-in and actually just taking a 3rd base. There's a Warp Prism, so still looks as though it's going to be an Immortal all-in. I'm putting units into this gas right now, but again, what is the Forge for? Maybe just set up some cannons to deal with counterattacks? It's a possibility. And these units starting to move out. And here we go. Warp Prism ready to go. It actually just lifts up 4 Zealots in the Warp Prism, so unloads those now and actually starts loading Immortals. Zerglings do see the Warp Prism there. Nice force fields though. Impact not really paying attention. And he's actually going to lose all of these Zerglings, not realizing they were kind of headbutting their force fields. Gets a few of them out. The double Immortal drop coming in then as Roach Speed is on the way. Roach is on the way as well. More Immortals coming in from Patience. So this is maybe going to be a very delayed version of a Immortal all-in. There's 3 extra gateways coming in. So he is going to go for an Immortal all-in, but he's going to harass with some Immortals first, while waiting to get an upgrade and, you know, more Immortals basically. Dropping off here immediately, this Queen is under a little bit of fire, and taking down some drones as well. There's 2 drones dead, and we'll just pick up here, and, you know, with the mobility of the Warp Prism, these Immortals can go anywhere, and, you know, they're so effective against Roaches, they're so effective against the Queens, and of course they can be saved quite easily. The Queen's trying to target down the Mothership, the Warp Prism here, and no, the Immortals, where are they going? Patience! A huge mistake by Patience, he's going to lose both of them. Oh, Patience, that's a huge mistake, losing both of his Immortals here at the same time. Roach is attacking the front, and the next Immortal's not quite out, or I think maybe he's lost that as well. He's lost that as well. Everything's going wrong for Patience. He's lost all of his Immortals. He's still on 2 bases, and anything he was trying to think of doing in this game is pretty much gone. He's had to use all of his force fields now to just defend this at the front, as Zerglings are going to start streaming forward perhaps, and, well, he can just sit outside the front of this natural expansion. He sits outside the front here. He's just going to be able to keep on defending. And, oh, stop his opponent from moving out. As these Roaches, these Zerglings are going to come in here. They're going to try and take down these sentries. And, well, the sentries are going to go down. And even if you lose the Roaches, this is a decent trade, taking down a couple of sentries, forcing his opponent to basically remake those. And if you're remaking sentries, you can't afford tech, because you've only got so much gas on 2 bases. There's more sentries coming in, and I'm pretty sure you'd rather spend that on kind of Blink, or +2, or, you know, +1 armor, or, you know, anything, instead of more sentries. Patience is going to try and break his way through to that 3rd base now and try and establish that, but I mean, Impact has already taken a pretty decent lead in this game. More Roaches, more Lings on the way. He starts at +1 missiles as well. One thing he needs to make sure is that he doesn't actually overcommit to just playing Roach Zergling. You know, if you go too hard on Roachling, you know, it's great if you can overwhelm your opponent's numbers, but if you can't, you might find yourself in a bit of trouble. Patience very brave to move these 2 Immortals up in the Warp Prism to this side, even flying over the army here, and, well, Impact's in position, ready to intersect this. And here we go, Patience taking a lot of damage on the Warp Prism, and this Immortal drops deflected at the same time, loses the 3rd base. And again, Impact is playing pretty darn well here, to say the least. As Patience continuing to move in. And we'll drop off a couple of these Immortals now. And again, look to do a little bit more damage. Some Roaches already moving forwards here. 4 Roaches, not really enough against the double Immortals. Now, maybe he didn't expect Immortals to be in this once again. I mean, he doesn't know what's in the Warp Prism, of course. As 4 Roaches, still not quite going to be enough. Some more units continue to stream in, though. There's a nice little bit of pickup micro by Patience, not losing them this time around. Still lacking a third base though. Now an Overlord creeping up that third base. Hydra's on the way as well, being introduced to the game, and with Hydra's coming in, you've got to question, I mean, what can Patience do? I'm not sure if he can do anything. He's not got any splash damage, he doesn't have Storm, he doesn't have any Temple Archives to get, so he doesn't have a Robo Bay to get Colossi. He's got no access to splash damage right now, and Infestation Pit's on the way for Impact. And this is looking very much as though Impact may be taking a very quick 2-0 in this series. 2-0 lead in this series. As these Zerglians still sitting on the edge of this creep. Roach is moving forwards here. Time Warp drops. Rosefield goes down. But not really able to catch too much. A few Roaches getting caught. I don't think Impact's going to be overly bothered about those. But here we go. Patience with the 6 Immortals. It's the all-in time. This is it. It comes down to this. Can he make this work? There's a lot of Queens here to add some transfuses to this army. There's a few force fields, not loads. Another Time Warp used, not really the best of Time Warps, but it will actually stop a few of these units advancing forwards here. There's one Immortal in the front already getting taken down. A lot of these Roaches and stuff in the front are getting taken down as well by these Immortals. The Queen's trying to transfuse them as best they can. Impact just going to have to disengage. Some counterattack action coming in here with some Roaches here. And this counterattack is going to start doing quite a bit. At least force some units to warp in. Probe's actually just being pulled to fight this. But at the same time, Impact is still in retreat mode against these Immortals. More Lings, more Hydras coming forwards here. Drones even being pulled, knowing that if he can just hold this off, he should be okay. The supply is disappearing very quickly, though, for Impact. More Roaches and Hydras on the way. These Roaches still picking off probes in the natural. 21 workers killed so far. As Impact needs to give up his gold base now. He needs to fall back. He needs to wait for a few more Hydras to come out. Might just sit on top of this ramp and try and, fight here where he can fight with the Concave. Patience down to 17 workers, so you can't really build anything else now. And the Immortals are leading the charge, and one of them goes down very quickly. One of the real powerhouse units here for our Protoss player dying so soon. And, well, the other 2 Immortals are in the front again, blinking forward with the Stalkers. Is it going to be enough? As more Hydras are coming out, more Lings are coming out. There's still a lot of Hydras down to the south, but there's not much to tank for them. As blinking forward once again, drones being pulled again, and it looks as though Impact is going to be able to take down the last few units here, I think, with these drones as well, with reinforcements. I think that's going to be enough, and GG is called. Impact takes a 2-0 lead in this battle.